Good morning, traders. Michael Sabo here, Senior Market Strategist with RJO Futures on February 19th. Bringing you some commentary here in the energy market. So let's get started. Well, energy prices started off here a bit weaker tone this morning. April oil currently trading, though, around $51 a barrel, which is down $1.82 right now, but was off quite a bit more as the bears kind of grabbed a hold of the market here late last night with API data that came out showing a build of about, or expected build there, about 14 million barrels. We did have EIA data come out here just a little while ago, and although we got a build, traders are looking for an expected build of around 3.5 million barrels. That build came in about 7.7 million barrels, but yet market is actually moving a little bit higher on that news because it wasn't as bad as expected. So although most traders would anticipate that as being bearish news, seeing another build, putting our total stocks up to around 425 million barrels, which is about 50 million barrels more oil than the highest stocks we've had on time for this year. But yet, I think again, and I've talked about this a lot of my prior posts here, where oil prices have been kind of depressed for some times. The growing stocks, it's kind of, although that's been the trend here, it's a little bit of old news right now. And I think the demand, though, is starting to increase, and that's evidenced by a refinery capacity utilization numbers, which are up about 2% year over year. So it appears that the demand at the commercial side of things is staying firm, is basically how I would put it. So, I think in time here, you may start to see those stocks start to come down. On the international front, we've got problems in Libya, major oil field there. There's a lot of infighting going on, a pipeline explosion. Government saying that pipeline might not come back on until they can really kind of quell some of this unrest. We've also got, you take a look at northern Iraq right now, and you're seeing the outflows of oil there kind of come down a little bit as well. So those things are kind of playing into the news front here. Taking a look at nat gas, that's kind of bucking the trend. Nat gas prices are up right now, about 2 to 3 cents, so a little firmer tone there. Complex is mixed. RBOB is down about almost 2.5 cents, while the heat's up a little over 1/4 cent. So kind of mixed there in the complex. I think when you really take a look at the oil market, though, on a technical level, we've seen that market kind of come down. I've talked about this in some of my prior posts. I've also talked about this on the eView. If you're not familiar with that, check it out on our website. It's our bi-monthly newsletter. I write some oil commentary in there as well. And I talked about this as well in the technical side of the market here. You take a look at the charts there here. Oil prices have slid off here. They've really started to turn here. We've gotten a lot of trading activity above the 10-day moving average. Recently, you've got the 10-day and the 50-day moving average kind of starting to come together here. And I think once you start to see the 10-day cross up over the 50-day, I think you're going to see a lot more interest possibly on the long side of that market. So it's kind of important. Traders should be watching for that. Now, recently, oil prices here did kind of peak off, and they've pulled back a little bit, as we know, over the last couple of sessions. But I think that's kind of a healthy technical move in the market. And if the market's able to hold this level, start moving up, and take out the key that I'm watching here on April oil here, it's right around that $56 area. If we're able to take that area out, I think here it could generate a lot of additional buying interest in that market, and certainly possibly start to squeeze some of these bears in the market, squeeze some of the shorts in the market, causing additional buying pressure. So a lot of things going on in the oil market. Give me a call, shoot me an email, we can get into more detail. Futures and options on futures may involve substantial risk and may not be suitable for all investors.